Hiya, how you doing everyone? You're welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew a curved waistband. So this waistband is going to be a one-piece curved waistband. So the curved waistband can be made into 2 pieces. It could be made into 3 pieces, but this is going to be just a one-piece curved waistband. Okay, if this is something you like to see, let's jump right into it then. You want to first take the measurements around the waist of your skirt and also go back in and take half of the back waist measurement and half of the front waist measurement. Now the total width of my fabric equals my waist measurement. You can add 1 inch just to give you that extra space to work with. And then the length of my fabric is 10 inches. Okay, so this is to cut out 2 pieces of the band, one for the main piece while the other will be for the lining piece. So I've gone ahead to press on interfacing onto my fabric. Now you want to place your fabric on fold like so. Now we're going to calculate the total width of the waistband, which includes all the seam allowance. Okay, now the finished waistband is 1.5 inches, while the seam allowance to join the waistband to the skirt is 1/2 inch, and the seam allowance to join the top of the band together is 1/4 inch. Okay, so this gives a total of 2¼ inches. The folded edge of my fabric is the center front, while the other end is the center back. Now I came upward 1/4 inch from the bottom edge of my fabric and I square out a horizontal line. So this line is the base line for the band. Next, I'm going to mark from the center front my front waist measurement and then square up a vertical line. This is the side seam line, okay? Now from the side line, I'm going to mark out my back waist measurement, which is the edge of my fabric. Now from the base line on the center back, I'm going to come upward 2 inches. Do note that you can come upward 1 inch, you're still going to get a cover band, but the higher you come up with, the more curvier the waistband would be. Now I'm going to mark the midpoint between the center front and the side line, and then using my French curve, I'm going to connect the point on the center back to this point like so. So this is the bottom edge of the waistband. Now from the curved line at center back, you want to draw a perpendicular line that equals the total width of your waistband. So do take note the way I position my tape. When positioned rightly, you're going to get an angle like this. So I'm going to lay that number 3 on the curved line just by the center back point to get that right angle, and then I'm going to square up my line from there. I'm going to follow the curved line and continue marking my band width until I get to the center front. Now I'm going to connect this point together to form the top of the band. Now at center back, you want to go in on the top of the waistband with 1/4 to 1/2 inch, okay? So, but I'm going to go in with 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to connect this point to the bottom of the band like so. So this is the new center back line for the waistband. Now to sew the band, you want to flip the band open and place notches right on that center front fold. You want to place one at the top and one at the bottom. Next, you want to flip both bands, right side facing right side, and then sew the top of the band with 1/4 inch. Now after sewing, you want to flip the seam allowance toward the lining side of the band and then do a top stitch. So you're going to top stitch like 1/8 of an inch away from the folded edge of the band. Next, you want to take this to your ironing table and give it a good press. Do note that the side where you can see the stitching line is going to be on the inside of the skirt because that's the lining part of the skirt. So the side without the stitching line will be on the right side of the skirt, okay? Now you want to open the band and flip the right side of the band onto the right side of the skirt, and you want to start pinning first from the center front and then pin at the center back, and then continue pinning till you get to the end of the band, okay? Now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and join together with 1/2 of an inch. Then the next thing you want to do is to finish this raw edge of the lining piece with either an overlocker or a zigzag stitch, or you can use a bias tape to cover that raw edge. Now after sewing, you want to give the skirt a good press and flip that seam allowance toward the waistband, okay? And then you're going to finish the waistband by doing the stitch in the ditch method, okay? So just simply drop your needle right in the middle of this seam and then sew. Next, you want to finish the raw edge of the center back, and then you want to join both center back together starting from the hem, and then add your zipper to the skirt. Alright, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, remember to leave a comment for me, like this video, share this video, and just in case you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next one. Till then, bye.
Let me be your guy, yeah. I want a better one to hold you tight. Let me be the one who will treat you right. But you on the spot, let me see your light, yeah, yeah. Let me be the one who take your time. Tell you what I do when the feeling's right. Make you a better